There's a confusion about China that, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor cost. I'm not sure what part of China they go to, but the truth is...
Wait, let me ask Chatgpt, what is the salary of people working in Apple factories or companies? One of them is called Foxconn. I have lived in that city for 4 good years. It's in Henan province. Henan is in central part of China, and Henan is known as one of the low, I don't want to use that word, poor provinces. And I've lived there for 4 good years, and I've been around Foxconn and all those stuffs. Well, how much? Let me ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, please answer for us. How much is the salary of workers in Foxconn, China? So let's hear what ChatGPT says. The salary. So as of 2025, the salary of workers of Foxconn in China varies based on location, role, and production season. Here's an overview. You see, hourly wages. Zhengzhou, Henan province, the city I was talking about, the province I was talking about. It says that 26 yuan per hour. During peak production periods such as lead up to new iPhone releases, Foxconn has increased hourly wages to 26 yuan per hour, or let's say $3.63 US. If it's in Shenzhen, it is 19 yuan to 20 yuan per hour, and that is about, yeah. So depending on the provinces. Well, it's an early morning here on my way back home after jogging. So that is 26 RMB. That is about $3. Well, I've never been to the US, so those in the US, if you are in the US, let me know how much is the average wages for workers who are working in factories like Foxconn, which is in China, who manufacture or assemble iPhones. If it's really true that China stopped being having a cheap labor as compared to the US. Well, even though, yes, that is what people are saying as compared to first. So this is the current wages per hour, and he is saying that China stopped being cheap. Then that means that previously that was even more way cheaper and lower as compared to now. So you can imagine, it's an early morning here. You can see the roads. I'm just waiting to cross the road. It's very fresh. You can see how neat every place is. This is China, the real China. So that tells us that even people were paid lower than it is now. So the fact that he says China stopped being cheap labor, well, maybe we'll understand that later. Let me listen to the next video.
China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill and the quantity of skill in one location and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling and working with the materials that we do are state of the art. And the tooling skill is very deep here. You know, in the US, you could have a meeting of tooling engineers, and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China, you could fill multiple football fields. It's that vocational expertise is very deep, very, very deep here.
Okay, skill. So according to him, iPhones are manufactured or assembled in China because of skill. So my question is, why can't a big brand like Apple train people in US to have that skill? Skills is something that can be learned. So why can't they train Americans to learn these skills, to acquire these skills? Is it not that easy? Why would they move to China? Even if they don't have that skill, why don't they train people in America to acquire these skills, and then they can manufacture or assemble in the US instead of China? If the reality or the truth is not because of cheap labor in China, it's because of skill, that can be easily. Why would you bring your factory to China and make Chinese people have these skills? Then they will be gaining the knowledge, the skills in manufacturing or assemble these phones, and they can also make similar phones. So why? That is my question. Well, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. The next question for me, after living in China for 7 good years now, if you are new here, I've lived in China for 7 good years now. And this channel is all about sharing my real life living in China. And I have a business channel all about importing from China. Well, from my personal experience about the skill, in fact, coming to China, I've been really amazed about their educational system. Their educational system. Just check their kindergarten. When I realized how they teach their children, their kids in school, I was like, wow, this is so crazy. Let's watch this video.
你做的小衣服。
I couldn't believe that kindergarten should be learning these vocational skills so much. In the kindergarten, they learn nothing but vocational skills. At the beginning, they learn every skill you can think of. They learn these things. And I think this is one of the best educational format every country can ever implement. And that is why for my country, Ghana, I'm from Ghana, I can't wait to see us also having this kind of educational curriculum for children or kids learning. You just see Chinese kids learning how to use AI, robotics, you know, this modern technology and stuff. So automatically from childhood, it advances them, like it broadens their mind with the skills. So that is one thing I can really say that is true with the skills, and that starts from their childhood, kindergarten. Every kindergarten, you know, teaching English language has been one of the most lucrative teaching industry in China for foreigners. Why is this so? Because parents are willing to invest huge sums of money to teach their kids how to speak English. Yet, some kids, most Chinese kids learn Chinese till the university, yet they are unable to speak English. So, the Chinese really invest in education, especially from childhood. That is why I couldn't believe in China when I came. They tell me having 2 kids is too much because it's very expensive. And I equally understand with the way they invest in their kids. Yeah, In my country or so many countries, I know people have 4, 5, 6 children. But in China, if you are to have this number of kids, you can't manage because of how they invest in equipping their children with skills they need. Another factor which I really think that has helped China in this skill is hardworking. Hardworking. Guys, I've never seen people who are so working like the Chinese. Ni hao. Early morning, all the old people are the people cleaning every time. You see everywhere. If you see my videos everywhere, the whole place is always clean. You get old people who are 80 years working so hard and they are very active. Like, they are damn hard working. I've not been to other countries, well, so I can't, but from my country and the few countries I've gone in China, I think Chinese are the best in terms of hard working. These guys are really hard working. If you have been in China or you are living in China, let me know what you think about Chinese being so hardworking. And if you have ever met Chinese or worked with Chinese outside China, let me know what you also think. So I think one thing that I can say that has really helped China advance in terms of anything is them being hardworking. This is morning breakfast. Them being so hardworking. Chinese, anything is all about work and business. Because with this cheap labor, in some way, I equally agree if he says China stop being having cheap labor. Yeah, so I somehow agree with him in some way, because with cheap labor, I don't think China should have been the only country, because there are countries like India, which Chinese currency is a little bit stronger than them. So India, which the Apple have started moving to India. We have Bangladesh. There are a lot of huge population where their currency is not as strong as the Chinese currency. We have so many countries, Nigeria, so many countries with huge population, which is almost as China, but yet they decided to choose China. So indeed, and Indians are very good at tech as well. So why China? So the cheap labor in China, is it entirely true? Well, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name is Dax. I've lived in China for over 7 good years, and this channel is all here to educate, edify, and entertain the world about the real life in China. If you want anything about business, check my business channel out called Dax Import and Export. Anything about importing from China, we got you covered. Until then, see you. Bye-bye.